Good morning, everyone. It's day 32 of going all in on day trading until I'm profitable. Today is Wednesday. It's about 11 o'clock, I believe. And right now, we're just doing the morning cardio. Get that shit done for the day. Plan for today is the same as every other day. Except it's pretty cool because we're going to hit 1k subs today. I think on stream, unless I get trolled. So this could be an insane day. Win a trade, 1k subs, and what day is it at the gym? Chest day. So this has got the potential to be an absolutely incredible day. But recapping, I guess we'll quickly skim over the whole week. Monday, no trade. Tuesday, which was yesterday, we took a loss of $150, which puts my funded account balance at minus $350, which is fine. That's recoverable within one winning trade. That's recoverable. So nothing to worry about at all at the moment. We're just going to go into today with a solid mindset. I wasn't annoyed at the trade I took yesterday. It was an okay trade. For anyone who was on the markets yesterday during New York AM and PM, holy chop. What was that chopped motherfucking price action? What was that shit, bro? Oh, this dildo seat's really hurting my ass. But, basically, yeah, we ended up super clean delivery to London highs, which was a very predictable draw. And then similar to Monday, we took out the London lows, highs, whatever. And then we literally just chopped around for ages. Except Monday, we ended up moving. Yesterday was terrible. I'm pretty sure, I doubt all my days, I'm pretty sure everyone was getting stopped out of trades yesterday. I mean, that price action was something else. I mean, I know when Trump puts those tariffs on, it's fucking up the US economy, or it's fucking up the people's savings in their fucking long-term savings accounts. But before he put those tariffs on pause, price action was so good, bro. So good for the first like back end of March and front end of April. Holy, that price action was good, bro. Especially the tariffs, it was just like a no-brainer to go short, but now it's kind of like, I have been bullish since he put them on pause basically every single day, but it's not been fun to trade. It's not been fun to trade since Wednesday. So ultimately, I've been sticking to the risk since Wednesday, and since Thursday. I've been doing everything right. So it's only a matter of time before we get back on a winning chain again. But yeah, there's not really much more to say. I did some back testing yesterday. I'm gonna do some back testing again today, and I also need to finish reading that book. But apart from that, there's not really much more to add to this. So we'll finish this cardio up, and then we'll do some stretching. Problem is with school holidays, for anyone who still goes to school, or I think people are young enough who watch these videos to at least remember school, is that during the school holidays, I genuinely think I'm less productive, and everyone I talk to, which is not many, it's not many people during the holidays, but like if I see someone at the gym or talk to someone, basically everyone says, when I ask them, oh, how's your holidays, how's your Easter break going, April break going, they go, to be fair, I haven't done much. And I feel that's the same for everyone. I feel like when you're given too much of something, as in too much time, I feel like that in turn gives you too much, like, you just get too comfortable. You feel like you've you take it for granted, is what I'm trying to say. Whereas if you've got work, you know, if you're working or if you're at school, methodically, you know your time's limited, so you make the most of the time you are given because you've obviously got work or school blocking most of the day. So I guess it turns out for most people, including me, you're more productive when your hours are more limited. I guess it's like if you go in a, you know, if you're like a little kid, you're in a store. No, this is a better example. If you're at a restaurant and you're a foodie, that's such a fucking gay word, foodie. You like food a lot, and you're not a picky eater, and they've got everything on the menu. You're gonna struggle picking what you want, especially if you're not someone who goes to a restaurant often. You're gonna struggle picking what you want because there's just too many options. And then you still, you know, by the end of the meal, you're unhappy and you're wishing you'd done something else. You pick something else. I don't know if that's a good example or not. But, yeah, I mean, to be fair, my days are kind of just revolving around the trading session, which might not be good. It hasn't... What the fuck was that? So, my days during the Easter, as I was saying, they've been pretty much revolving around the trading session, which I don't think's detrimented me in any way. Like, it hasn't made me overtrade because I've got nothing better to do. It hasn't made me take stupid trades because I've not got anything better to do. You know, like I'll wake up as late as possible. Like, I'll just make sure I get as many hours of sleep, which was not possible while my hay fever was waking me up. But the last week, I've been getting like 10, 11, 12 hours of sleep. And then just like today, waking up at 10, just so there's less time between being awake and the trading session. And that is kind of, it sounds lazy, but it's kind of strategically done because the trading session itself is the highest leverage task of the day. And so limiting the amount of fatigue my brain accumulates between waking up, which is for most people when you're the freshest, when your brain, you know, you've got no meal in you, which obviously if you've eaten not five, because no only me eats five. If you've eaten 3 meals and then you've got a trade and you've eaten like a load of junk food, like you've had some sweets or something, your body, just from having to digest the food, is going to take away brain power, which can be used for the highest leverage task, which is actually being in the markets. So just limiting the time, like only having 2 meals before I trade, which when I traded London session, it was ideal because I would just eat 1 meal with no carbs. And I know a lot of people saying like, this is like anti kind of carnivore movement now, which I'm not someone who is on carnivore just because I don't think it's beneficial for muscle gain. But if I wasn't, you know, trying to do bodybuilding simultaneously, I would eat very close to a carnivore diet, because I do believe like now my first meal, because I'm a little bit deeper into the cut, so I'm having no carbs for my breakfast, so I'll just have eggs, avocado, feta cheese, right? I feel my brain feels a lot clearer compared to if I have a big bowl of oats. And I genuinely think you have to be brain dead to argue otherwise. Like, oh no, you're just placebo. That's just placebo. Even if it is, which it isn't, because of course your brain is going to act differently when you're having to digest like 80 grams of fucking carbs. Basically my point is, the amount of meals you eat before you trade and the amount of like workload, like this morning I woke up at 10, now it's 11, I've done literally just fucking made my breakfast, done my cardio, now I'm stretching and just like chilling, not completely rotting my brain out, but just like chilling with the dog, like, you know, just limiting the amount of workload. And like my mum's taking the dog on a walk today in a bit, but usually I'll just go on a dog walk because that's not very fatiguing to my brain. So obviously I don't want to wake up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon because that's equally as counterproductive to your brain. What's the word? Your brain function. because no, I don't think anyone feels good waking up in the afternoon. But yeah, that was the one benefit about London. But honestly, I really like the timing of New York session at the moment, especially when I go back to school, and it's like I'm not even really like I'll do the pre-market analysis in school, but the macro starts in the final 10 minutes of my school day, which is pretty ideal, to be fair. But I'm going to finish up the stretching, and then we will get to the pre-market analysis. So let's finish this up. Alright, so I've kind of done everything I needed to do this morning. We're going to do some pre-market analysis. We do have Powell speaking later, so I'm definitely going to make sure I don't take any sketchy setups. And if price looks to be choppy, I will not even bother. But let's just get into the markets right now. Let's take a look at what we see. So, coming onto the daily, let's just clear the motherfucking bullshit on the screen. I'm still pretty bullish. Still bullish. There's not really much has happened since yesterday. 4 hour. We rebalanced this new week opening gap. Not new week, but new day opening gap here. We've rebalanced it. So this could be something we react off of. If we were to react off of that, I'd probably expect a draw down to New York lows, previous day lows from Friday. Well, not previous, Friday lows. Could expect to draw down to there. So right now, bearish on the on that sheet. Bearing in mind it is 1:41 right now. So there's still another hour until I end up trading. But here on the 1 hour, we're in this imbalance. Now, if we end up inversing this, I could be bearish. However, at the same time, if we take London lows, it just depends how we react off of this. That's the ultimate thing about the market. It just depends. That's something I've realised recently is you just have to see what the market presents you with. And if we come on ES, we can see more or less the same thing going on. Yeah, there's not really any difference between the two. So like I said, on a 4 hour level, I can see us being bearish. We've inversed that. I could see shorts down to here being a possibility. But we'll just have to see how we respond to everything that we're given. We might even take out London highs before the macro. I don't know. That's kind of like, there's literally no point to doing these pre-market analyses. Because I always say it just depends what happens in the moment. So I'm going to go make some food and then I'll be live. So, oh, my eyes are watering now. Alright, I'm out. Okay, so a little time lapse of the start of the stream. And by the way, guys, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you want to join the Discord, we do weekly community calls. And there's other traders in there to talk to. There's some free trading resources which can help you. So join the Discord, link in description. But anyway, trading live, and we will, you know what, we'll just cut to the part where I take a trade right now. We'll see how this does. Ideally, we would have entered here, but obviously I'm always slow as fuck. Slow motherfucker. I wonder if we'll see any profit this trade, like any green. Are we going to see any green the whole trade? Probably not. Never be optimistic. Oh, one. No, it just had to do that. Oh, we got one. I don't want to look at it anymore. There's no way motherfuckers are actually watching this right now. I'll tell JP Morgan to send it up. Yeah, me. You won't let me. You won't be what I bleed. I might put my stop loss there, actually. Yeah. Okay. I prefer that placement. There's not a ton of risk on this trade. What are people saying? Valax says lol. Alright, I'll move my fucking... There's always some other fucker that's got to complain. Maybe I should put my face cam here. Ugh, it feels weird though. I feel like disorientated. Ooh, you hear that word? Damn, that was a nice word. I don't care if you think I'm wrong with the long. For sure this could hit stop loss, but I don't care if you think I'm wrong by taking a long. Ooh, rhyming, bro, I'm rhyming. Why do we just get big dick ass candles? Oh, well, we've been stopped out. Look, like, geezer, what is not looking at the charts going to do? So, session wrapped up. It's really not good results. We'll just get into it straight away. So, on the 1 hour, if we can go to the 1 hour, we had London lows get taken out. This is what's kind of annoying. I'll go over the trade I took first off. So London lows got taken out. I didn't end up shorting to London lows, so then I started ending up looking for longs. Now, looking for longs wasn't even a bad idea. Even though we already had the best draw of liquidity was London lows, I wasn't wrong for looking for longs out of London lows. We had the IFVG, we had the fair value gap retrace here, and the only issue was, which is what is really pissing me off, is we waited for the rejection, boom. Originally, my TP was there. Sorry, TP was here, stop loss was here. Midway through the trade, I went, you know what? Let's move it here. It's not even like it was a ton more risk putting it down here, but I was like, you know what? Let's put the stop loss there. Look what happened. If we had kept it there, yeah, it would have chopped around, but TP would have been hit. What the fuck am I doing? Like genuinely, like, I actually can't live with myself, like, trading like that, like, moving. And you guys saw that from the clip, I'd imagine, from the stream. Like, what am I even doing? So, that's just the type of trade which is genuinely, like, I can't, like, that's just ruined my mood, because why am I doing shit like that, like moving my stop loss when I know it shouldn't be getting moved? I mean, that could have just, it was a nice setup. The other thing that's kind of annoying is I could have actually taken shorts down to London lows, however, I wasn't aware of the 15-minute. I just had my eyes on the 5-minute, which is a big mistake. I should have also been looking at the 15-minute and seeing that we had a retrace into a 15-minute fair value gap, as you can see there. Retrace into there. 1 minute, we showed rejection out of the fair value gap. This was just like, how am I missing this? Like, this is the thing, like, there were so many ways. Macro starts, perfect 1 to 2 risk to reward, boom. Like, there's so many ways I could have taken a win today, and I didn't. And that's what's annoying me right now. The fact I didn't catch that, it's kind of annoying. I didn't catch those shorts when I was literally looking at the market, knowing we were going to take London lows. But the next best opportunity was that long I took, and just putting my stop loss tighter when it shouldn't have been tighter. There was no reason for it to have been placed tighter. It's just not something I can, like, accept. Like, it's like, there's some losses, like the loss from yesterday or the loss from Friday, where I can look at those losses and go like, okay, we lost, but it could have been worse. It wasn't a bad trade. Nothing about it was that bad. But this loss today was completely unacceptable. Like, completely unacceptable. And we're going back to the mental dungeon of backtesting and fucking journaling. I've already journaled, and reading, studying, more work's going to be put in so mistakes like this don't happen again. Because ultimately, that is not the consistency I want. I never want something like that to happen. That's not even one of those things where it's like, oh, it's just the occasional slip up. That a slip up like that should never be happening where I move my stop loss to there, ever. So I'll come back better. Obviously, setbacks have to happen. It's unfortunate, but I accepted when I passed my account that there was going to be more. I wasn't just going to be free range from there. It wasn't going to be just like one clean upward move to the top of my trading journey. I accepted when I had that past funded that there were going to be more setbacks before I got the first payout, and here we are, such as what I expected. Just got to make sure I learn, never make that mistake again, because that was a terrible mistake. It's like, genuinely, I'm pissed at myself. But anyway, 1k subs. Thank you guys for 1k subs. I'll see you guys tomorrow.